I bought one of Amazon's best-selling folding e-bikes. Here's why. So there's something rather ironic about this video. For years I've spent hundreds of hours talking about electric vehicles, the good, the bad, and sometimes the downright ridiculous. People often assume that because I'm critical of certain aspects of electric cars, I must therefore hate anything with a battery. Nothing could be further from the truth. Quick one. This bit isn't sponsored, but it is my personal recommendation. I use the high-low band for blood pressure tracking, and it's honestly been a godsend for me. Super easy to use, and I get a much more realistic picture than a one-off reading at the doctor. If you use my link, you get 20% off plus a 12-month subscription, and I get £25 if your referral is successful. So thanks if you do. The link's in the description. On with the video. If a product suits my needs, if it does what I want, if it's good value, I'll buy it. And that's exactly what I've done. This is my new folding electric bike. Now, before anyone starts typing in the comments, "No, Barry, you've gone over to the dark side." Well, not quite, because unlike a car, this solves a problem I actually have. I wanted something I could fold up, lift into the boot of my car, and take absolutely anywhere. No trailer, no bike rack, no messing about, just fold it up, throw it in the car, and go. That was requirement number one. Requirement number two was equally important. I wanted an easily removable battery. Not because I wanted to charge it at work, not because I wanted to carry a spare, but because I wanted complete control over where I charged it. And I'll explain why later. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I bought, why I bought it, what it's actually like, whether I think it's good value, and I'll also explain one purchase I made at exactly the same time. A purchase which, for me personally, is every bit as important as the bike itself. Why this bike? There are hundreds of electric bikes available. Some cost £500, others cost £5,000. I wasn't interested in spending silly money. I wanted something practical. The UrLife T5 immediately caught my attention. It's a folding fat tyre electric bike. It has front suspension, a rear rack, disc brakes, 7 Shimano gears, a removable 48-volt battery, a hub motor that provides pedal assistance. You can pedal it, or you can use the hub motor to provide assistance or propel the bike on its own. And because it folds, it'll actually fit inside my car. That was absolutely essential. If it didn't fold, I simply wasn't interested. I didn't want a bike hanging off the back of the car. I don't want to advertise to the whole world that I'm carrying an expensive bike. I certainly don't want to leave one exposed while I'm having lunch somewhere. Fold it, put it in the boot, close the boot, job done. That for me is a huge advantage. When it arrived, I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised. It feels solid, far more solid than I actually expected. The wells look tidy, the paint finish is good, the folding mechanism feels reassuringly chunky and secure, the handlebars lock positively, the frame doesn't feel flimsy. It's actually quite an impressive piece of engineering considering the price. Of course, it's not lightweight. You certainly know you're lifting it into the boot, and unless you're reasonably strong, you won't do it unless there's two of you. But that's hardly surprising. It's carrying a motor, a battery, large fat tyres, a heavy duty frame. Everything adds weight. Once it's in the car though, that's exactly where the folding design starts making sense. Now here's the feature that was probably the deciding factor, the removable battery. For many people, that's simply about convenience. For me, it's about safety. Now, before anyone misunderstands me, millions of lithium-ion batteries are used safely every single day. Phones, laptops, power tools, e-bikes. Most never cause any problems at all. But I've also reported on enough battery fires over the years to know that when something does go wrong, it goes wrong big time. The consequences can be devastating. If a lithium battery becomes damaged, develops an internal fault, or enters thermal runaway, the fire can develop extremely quickly. So I decided that if I was buying an e-bike, I was also going to think very carefully about how and where I charged it. For me, that started with buying a bike that lets me remove the battery completely from the frame, and easily too. Why? Because I don't want the entire bike sitting in my house while it's charging. I want to be able to remove just the battery and charge it in a location that I've chosen carefully outside. That single feature was one of the biggest reasons I chose this bike over many others. At the same time I ordered the bike, I ordered something else too. And it's an accessory that, for me personally, is non-negotiable. A battery charging safety bag. Some people will think that's over the top. But I also have this for my GoPro batteries, any chargers, even my rechargeable toothbrush. Lipo safe bag. So when I go on holiday, I always have this in my rucksack, and it may not stop a fire completely, but it will certainly slow it down. And the more time you're given to react to the situation, the more chance you've got of surviving. So that's that. Some people will think that's over the top. That's entirely their choice. But this is mine. For me, this is the bag that I put my battery in, and that zips up. Zips up like so, and then velcros at the front. That's it. The removable battery goes in there, and you can put the lead through. I must say that I assume that that might hold the heat more and might make it worse, but I'd rather have it in that than not. So using this charging bag is an absolute must to me, not because I believe it's some magical device that makes batteries incapable of catching fire. It isn't, and I'm not pretending otherwise. I bought it because I believe in layers of protection. Exactly the same reason we fit smoke alarms, exactly the same reason we fit fire extinguishers, exactly the same reason we lock our doors. It's another precaution, another barrier, another sensible step for the relatively small cost of the bag. I think it's money well spent. Will it guarantee absolute safety? No, nothing can. But if there's even the slightest possibility that it could help contain heat, flames or debris while I react to a problem, then for me it's worth having. Everyone has their own level of acceptance risk. Mine's simple. If I own a removable battery, I'm going to remove it. If I'm charging it, I'm putting it inside the charging safety bag. That's my own personal rule. Every single time, no exceptions. I've developed a routine. The battery comes off the bike, I inspect it. If ever I notice swelling, damage, a crack, or anything unusual, it doesn't get charged. Simple as that. The battery goes into the charging bag. It gets charged in a suitable location away from combustible materials. I don't charge it while I'm asleep. I don't leave it charging when I'm out for the day. And once it's charged, the charger comes off. Again, that's simply how I choose to do things. Some people will think it's excessive. I don't, because I'd much rather spend a few extra minutes being cautious than spend months wishing I had been. So from that, you'd probably think I'm very safety conscious. But nothing could be further from the truth. The amount of stupid things I've done in my life where I've ended up getting injured, breaking something, stabbing myself, doing something stupid, well, you just won't believe it. Enough about safety. What is it actually like? Honestly, it's great fun. The fat tyres give loads of confidence. The riding position's comfortable. I've had to do a few tweaks. I need to put the seat back because I don't feel like the pedals are far enough away for me to pedal and also be able to kind of touch the ground as well. So it's taken me a while to get a comfortable position, but now, you know, it's fine. I'll probably change the seat. I don't think the seat's fantastically comfortable, but for the rest of the bike, the actual basis of the bike, the pedal assistance feels natural. The bike's stable, it feels planted, and perhaps the biggest surprise, you can't help smiling. My friend who owns a bar in Preston, I go to the bar on it, and I'm not kidding, every time I go to the bar, he finds an excuse to go and deliver something, go and pick something up, go and take something back. Honestly, he's like a big kid, but I am too. You find yourself looking for excuses to go out, whether it's a ride along the promenade, a country lane, or simply exploring somewhere you've driven past for years. it completely changes the experience. So, was it money well spent? For me, absolutely. Not because it's the fastest e-bike in the world, not because it's the most expensive, but because it ticks every single box I had before I even started shopping. It folds, it fits in my car, it has a removable battery, it's comfortable, it's enjoyable, and it allows me to charge the battery the way I personally want to. Will I be making more videos about it? Definitely. Long-term reliability, battery performance, range, maintenance, accessories, and whether I still think it was a bargain after months of ownership. Because buying something is one thing, living with it is something completely different. If you're considering one of these bikes yourself, hopefully this video has helped explain not just what I bought, but why I bought it. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.